Here's my pattern with the repeat leaves. You can make this as long or as short as you like for the project. I've chosen 5, and I'll probably have 5 candles above. So what I did was, having worked it out on paper, I then glued it onto this piece of wood like this. So this is my starting block, and along the side goes the carving. What's important is that I drew on my initial paperwork a line like so, and this line I was able to register with a line that I drew on the wood first. That's what these little notches are, so that I lined this up perfectly and symmetrically along the piece of wood. So there it is. I'm going to hold it into this vise like that. I've got my tools ready and I'm ready to start carving. With a moulding or something that's a repeat pattern, a very good idea is to make the same cut in the same place each time without changing tools, and that makes it very consistent. So I'm going to pick a tool and I'm going to just as before, stab in here, move it round, and that will be my first cut. Now this is a harder piece of wood, this is a bit of lime wood, so I'm going to just tap that in with a mallet. And we're going to come to this one. We're going to come to this one. And then on this side, I have the same leaf, so I can do this one. And I can do this one. And then I will take this angle cut from here, from here, from here, there. Oh, that one didn't come out, so back to that first grip. So this angle cut comes in here. If it doesn't come out, back to the first one, use a corner, and an angle cut down here. Make that a bit bigger. And then I'd look to see where else I could use this tool. Well, perhaps I can make it do some of this one. Yes, I can. So picking up from that corner, I'm now slightly different. I'm slightly off that drawing, but it doesn't matter. And it doesn't really matter if the leaves are a little bit different. So we can do that one. And of course back on this side. And then again, cut here, cut there, cut on this side, and a cut here. So all these cuts I'm trying to get nice and clean right now. So monitor each one as you go along. Use your brush to clean out any bits. So having done this tool, what I'll do now is I'd swap to the next tool, say this little one, and I know, for example, it can do that, this part, so on. So let me start over here. I know it'll do this bit. It's small, so I can just push that in with my angle grip. Then this one here, this one here, and then I'll take I'm getting lost here. That's right, isn't it? Yes. So taking this bit out here and this side, this one, and this one, and this one. Then we're going to do the same over here. So this is a cut that's not finished. I've got to add more into there, but I will carry on with this next part, which is that bit. That bit. And in fact, if you think about it, if I think about it, I can do all these cuts, all these bits with the same tool. These stab cuts here. Like that, and then I could do all these so. Because I'm not using the mallet, and then I could come and do these. So I've left that. You can see it's sticking up a little bit, but that will sort itself out when we come to add the next bit. So I'll come around here. So I think you get the idea. I'll use the same tool like this all the way along. And then what I'll do is I'll swap to the next tool. Let's just come up here, I'll show you. And I'll pick up that line there and finish off that bit. You see, then I'll finish off this bit. So again, using the same tool all the time. So this one comes this way. This one comes this way. So rather than keep swapping tools, what I'm trying to say is that you should try and keep the tools going as long as possible. So I'm just going to carry on working around the carving, just as I did with the example, trying to use the same tool for as long as possible. So that's the outline set in. Next, while I'm here, I'm going to take my skew chisel and just do these points. So I will do that all the way along. And then the next stage is, of course, to put these centre lines in. And again, I would use my V tool just as before, and I probably do all these this way like this. So I'm using the same motion each time, and on the inside. Let's bring that one over. And because I feel in some ways more comfortable doing it this way, what I can do is I can flip this over like so. And I can run these from the top of the leaf down like that. And then it's my choice as to how I play this, but I think I will make these sharper. I do like that. So I'm going to go back over with my flat chisel, flat gouge rather. Like so, and just set. So this is at just that edge, just taking out the bottom of that cut and just sharpening that up. So I'll run that along each one and tune that up. This is a very good exercise in tool control. So I think but if you're not sure about it, you should really practice it on a little bit of spare wood first. There you go, and so on. And then we've got to turn to setting in the, or rather shaping these folds. I put the ends of the stalks in with a little cut, like so, all the way along. And now we can turn to modelling the leaves. It's up to you how you do it, but I think it's probably best to take one leaf at a time. So remember that the point is the high spot. So you can come downhill in one direction, have a little test, see what's happening. If it's against the grain, you need to come back the other way. So coming from the centre vein up this way, and then I can come up this one, because that's with the grain, and then to go on the other side, this paper is going to get in the way a little bit. I'm going to come down this way. So I would, right, and that's now picking up, so I would come back this way. So it's a matter of going backwards and forwards, and I would try and make each of these finished before you leave it. I think that's probably best. So that would be one. So what I'm trying to create, of course, is that ridge in the middle and a fairly smooth surface where it's joined together. So let's try this one over here. So this is coming in here, and you see it's tearing up in that direction, so I have to come down here. So I'll make a little test cut first and then backwards and forwards. So that's like that, and picking up from there like so. Now you can leave a bit of the paper here. This paper shows wood that's untouched. You can leave that, because once you've gone through all of them, what you're going to do is you're going to come back to the V-tool and put that centre vein in there like that. So I'm just going to work my way quietly along, backwards and forwards. One trough at a time. There's the 5 leaves carved. All that remains is to put some berries in here. I've already been doodling, but let me show you how I do those.